What if everything you've been told about discipline is a lie? You've been taught to revere willpower as the ultimate tool for self-control. But why then does it always feel like a futile struggle, like clenching your fist to hold on to water? Imagine there's a key, one that's been hidden in plain sight for over 2,000 years. A key that transforms discipline from a burdensome battle into a natural state of being. The ancient Stoics held this key, and their approach defies everything modern self-help tells you. By the end of this journey, you won't just understand why discipline feels impossible. You'll know how to make it effortless. Stay with me, because it's simpler than you think. At the heart of Stoic philosophy lies a profound yet often overlooked principle. The idea that our power lies not in controlling the external world, but in mastering our internal responses. This isn't about suppressing emotions or denying desires. It's about cultivating a state of mind where action precedes motivation. The Stoics understood that waiting for the right feeling to guide us is a path fraught with inconsistency and disappointment. Marcus Aurelius himself, a Roman emperor with every reason to stay in bed, taught that discipline comes from doing what must be done, regardless of how we feel. Why does this matter? Because it liberates us from the tyranny of our moods. When you act, despite the absence of motivation, you reclaim control over your life. You become the architect of your identity, not a passive participant in it. This core principle invites you to shift your perspective. Discipline isn't a battle against your willpower, but a practice of aligning your actions with your intentions. It empowers you to live not by fleeting feelings, but by enduring choices, carving a path toward a life defined by resilience and purpose. Picture this. The sun barely peeks over the horizon, casting a grayish hue over the city of Rome. The streets are still, a rare moment of silence before the bustle of the day engulfs them. Inside the grand, yet austere, chamber of the emperor's palace, Marcus Aurelius lies in bed. The weight of an empire rests on his shoulders. Political unrest, wars on distant borders, the ever-present threat of betrayal. The bed beckons with the promise of fleeting comfort. It would be so easy to remain cocooned in its warmth, to let the world wait just a little longer. But Marcus knows better. He understands that the luxury of waiting for motivation is a trap. He throws off the covers and rises, each movement deliberate, each step echoing a decision made long before this morning. It's not the absence of fear or fatigue that drives him. It is the commitment to his own principles. The same principles that keep the vast machinery of Rome from collapsing under its own weight. He strides to his writing desk, where he records his thoughts, his meditations, in the dim light of dawn. These reflections are not just for posterity. They're reminders to himself, anchors to his resolve. This scene, unremarkable yet profound, encapsulates the essence of Stoic discipline. Marcus Aurelius did not become the philosopher king by chance. It was through the relentless practice of choosing action over inertia. In this quiet morning ritual, he built the muscle of discipline, a testament to the power of acting not when the feeling struck, but precisely because it didn't. In this, he exemplified a truth that transcends time. We are what we repeatedly do. In our modern world, the battle isn't fought in Roman chambers, but in the glowing screens of smartphones and computers. The attention economy is a coliseum where your focus is constantly under siege, where anxiety feeds on endless notifications and the relentless scroll of bad news. You wake up, reach for your phone, and before your feet touch the ground, you're already consumed by the day's digital chaos. But what if you could reclaim your mornings like Marcus Aurelius did, turning your first thought into an act of intention rather than reaction? Imagine this. Instead of surrendering to the dopamine hits of doom scrolling, you take a deep breath and set the device aside. You rise, not waiting for the urge to check your messages, but because you've decided to gift yourself the silence of the early hours. In that quiet, you open a journal or simply sit in contemplation, directing your first energies towards what truly matters, your well-being, your intentions for the day. This simple act of choosing presence over distraction becomes a modern embodiment of the Stoic principle. Act before you feel ready. By doing so, you break the chain of anxiety, proving to yourself that you control where your attention goes. And in doing so, you begin to construct a life marked by clarity and purpose. In the realm of work, where ambition and corporate stress often collide, the Stoic approach offers a lifeline. Picture yourself at the office. The relentless hum of fluorescent lights, the sharp ring of a phone, the constant ping of emails demanding immediate attention. Your boss, a whirlwind of urgency and expectation, seems to thrive in chaos, and you're caught in the tempest, trying not to drown. Here, the Stoic discipline becomes your anchor. When faced with a difficult boss or an overwhelming workload, the temptation is to react impulsively to mirror the chaos around you. But what if, like Marcus Aurelius, you could choose action over reaction, turning stress into a catalyst for deliberate focus? Instead of succumbing to the storm, you create your own calm. You prioritize tasks not by urgency, but by importance, crafting a routine that aligns with your goals rather than the whims of others. Each task becomes a deliberate step. Each moment of stress, a chance to practice patience and clarity. You set boundaries, a sacred space in your day when you unplug, even for a few minutes, to reflect and recalibrate. This isn't about ignoring ambition. It's about channeling it. By acting with intention, you transform work from a source of anxiety into an arena where your disciplined choices pave the way for genuine progress and personal growth. In the intricate web of modern relationships, where social media often dictates our perceptions, the Stoic approach reveals a path to authenticity. Picture scrolling through your feed, where filtered snapshots of idyllic vacations and perfect families blur the line between reality and aspiration. It's easy to fall into a spiral of comparison, measuring your life against the curated highlights of others. But the Stoics teach that true contentment comes not from external validation, but from internal alignment. Imagine approaching relationships with this mindset, where the focus shifts from comparison to connection. Instead of yearning for the life portrayed on screens, you choose to be present in your own. You engage in genuine conversations, nurturing bonds that are grounded in authenticity rather than appearances. By valuing quality over quantity, you foster deeper connections, rooted in empathy and understanding. This approach isn't about isolating yourself from the world, but engaging with it from a place of grounded self-awareness. In doing so, you reclaim your sense of worth, untangling it from the superficial metrics of likes and follows. Your relationships transform from transactional engagements into meaningful exchanges, where every interaction is an opportunity to practice kindness and humility. Through this lens, you begin to realize that the richness of life is not measured by how it compares to others, but by the depth of the connections you cultivate in your own sphere. Imagine waking up tomorrow, the first light of dawn gently brushing against your closed eyelids. As you open your eyes, instead of reaching for your phone, you pause. In that space between waking and action, you make a choice, a deliberate act of intention. You rise slowly, feeling the cool floor beneath your feet, and as you move through your morning, each action is mindful. You brush your teeth, not in hurried motions, but with a quiet awareness of the ritual it is. You sip your coffee, savoring the warmth, the aroma, letting it awaken your senses. Now, imagine carrying this calm into your day. At work, the usual chaos swirls around you, yet you remain centered like the eye of a storm. Emails flood in, but you breathe deeply, tackling each with steady focus, prioritizing what truly matters. As you interact with colleagues, you listen deeply, engaging with presence rather than preoccupation. Through this lens, every task, every conversation becomes a conscious choice rather than a knee-jerk reaction. By the day's end, you realize that discipline has woven itself seamlessly into your life, not by force, but by the quiet power of your chosen actions. But here's what almost everyone misses. Discipline, as the Stoics envisioned it, is not merely a series of actions. It's a profound act of self-alchemy, a transformation that occurs when you align your inner values with your outer actions. It's about becoming, not just doing. The true challenge lies in the invisible battle within, where deepest fears and desires collide with your highest intentions. Most people falter because they focus on what they must do, neglecting who they must become. This is the hidden layer of discipline, the cultivation of an internal compass that guides you through life's complexities with unwavering clarity. The Stoics knew that it's not enough to simply act. You must also reflect and refine. This is the alchemical process of turning daily habits into a resilient character. Each time you choose to act with intention, you're not just completing a task. You're casting a vote for the self you're aspiring to be. It's this ongoing dialogue within, the relentless pursuit of aligning your actions with your true self, that turns the mundane into the extraordinary. Discipline, then, becomes a journey of becoming, a continuous evolution toward your truest form. As you stand on the precipice of your day, remember this. Discipline is not a battle of willpower. It is the quiet crafting of who you are, etched in the choices you make when no one is watching. The Stoics offer a simple yet profound rule to guide this journey. Act as the person you aspire to be. Each decision, no matter how small, becomes a brushstroke on the canvas of your character. When faced with temptation or distraction, ask yourself, what would the person I wish to become choose in this moment? This singular question aligns your actions with your highest self, transforming discipline from a cumbersome effort into a natural extension of your being. So, embrace the simplicity of this wisdom. Let action precede feeling. Let routines sculpt your days, and let small steps define your path. In doing so, you'll find that discipline is not an elusive force, but a quiet companion on the road to becoming. If this resonates, subscribe for new Stoic wisdom every day. Together, let's build lives not just of action, but of purpose, where willpower fades and authentic selfhood emerges. #Stoicism, #discipline, #mindset.